Yeah, welcome back everybody. We're up to the next quiz in lesson 2. The directions for this quiz are write an expression that uses at least 3 different arithmetic operators. The expression should equal 42. Plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulo are possible arithmetic operators. So the expression equals 4 right now, and we want that to be equal to 42. So let's see. They want us to put in more operators. So 4... I guess if we got it to like 84 and then we divided it by 2, we could get ourselves 42. So I'm going to take whatever we have here, 1 plus 5 minus 2. We're going to wrap that in parentheses, so that'll be 4. And then we want to get to 84, so let's multiply that by 21. And if we wrap all of that in parentheses and divide that by 4, I think we're going to get 42. If we do a test run here, that should output to the console, which will be listed here, whatever we want. Okay, so we are a little bit off, mainly because 84 divided by 4 is not 42, it's 21. So if we divide it by 2, like we ought to have, and we do a test run, and we submit that answer, then we are correct. Awesome. So from here, let's just do the rest of the quizzes. So thank you for completing that, and we'll go to the next quiz, which is converting temperature. Here's the answer for those of you who just want that, but if you want to walk through, we're going to reset the quiz and walk through it. Convert Celsius to Fahrenheit here. That's going to be simple enough. We're going to take this expression, this comment here, and we're going to organize our thoughts off of that. So if we multiply Celsius, which is going to stand in for C, by 1.8, we can then add 32 to that, and inside of the console.log statement here, we're going to put Fahrenheit. If we submit our answer for that, we're in good shape. Awesome. If we keep moving, the next quiz is going to be favorite food. Again, here's a finalized working version. This is a relatively simple quiz. It's just create a string with the name of your favorite food. The first letter of the string should be capitalized. It is. So if we submit this answer, and we got that one right as well. String equality for all. All strings are created equal. This one's relatively simple. You're just going to want to copy what's over here and paste it over here. And if you don't like that, then we're going to reset the quiz, and we're going to do this kind of one step at a time. The first would be to look at the first word here and the first word here, and we identify that we need 2 capital L's here to make this work. Strings is capitalized over here, but is lowercased for the most part over here. So we're going to, we shouldn't copy and paste. Let's go ahead and actually write in strings. R is the same, created is almost the same. We need to make this a lowercase e, and equal has all lowercase letters. If we submit the answer from there, we're going to be told that it is correct. We're going to feel very good, and we're going to keep moving. For this quiz, we're going to concatenate 2 strings. So concatenation, no, we're not concatenating. We're building a single string that's going to escape these characters. Previously, you had seen that escape characters can be used to either start a new line or to allow you to put double quotes inside of a string that has double quotes on the outside. Once we've done that, we can console.log the joke. If we submit the answer, we're in good shape. Ooh. Yeah, let's reset the quiz and go from the beginning. So what we want to do is we want to copy all of this, paste it in here, and then we're going to figure out how we can get this to work the way that it should. We want to put quotes around the outside of this. A new line symbol is going to be a \n. And then to make sure that it doesn't interpret these quotations as the end of the string, we're going to place a backslash in front of those. See how it turned blue? This stands for the escaped character quotation, meaning don't stop the string, but I do want double quotes here. Same thing for this part. And we have an extra set of quotes, which is okay. Well, it's not okay. We'd get rid of them, and then it's okay. And we have now built the answer from scratch, so if we submit, we're still good. Yosa Busan is a, well, he wrote a haiku, or Yosa. I really don't know if that's a guy or a girl, but Yosa, Busan to his familiars, her familiars. Well, let's not really worry about that too much. But essentially what this is testing is your ability to do the \n, which is going to create a new line, and then to concatenate each new line of the string. We're not going to walk through this one. This one's kind of annoying. If you're here, it's probably because you wrote something very similar to this and didn't get it right, but this is what the actual answer is going to be, so feel free to transcribe this from our page here. If we submit the answer, we got it right. So let's keep moving. We got our next quiz is the Facebook post. This one's relatively simple. The ones that are words ought to be strings. Whether it's liked or not is a Boolean, because if it's liked, it could be true for whatever variable we have. If it's not liked, it could be false. And 80 is a number, so obviously it's going to be a number. Submit, just so we can see it. Thanks for completing that. And we'll keep moving. Number 20 is another quiz. Pretty straightforward thing. Define two variables, thing1 and thing2, and assign them values. Print the values of both variables in one console.log statement using concatenation. This one's kind of misleading because they are separated by a space here, but we don't actually have to put a space in order to log it successfully to the console. So let's reset the quiz, and we'll create two new thing1 and thing2s. Thing1 is going to be apples. Thing2 is going to be bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A. Okay, and then console.log. Thing1. I like to copy and paste. I've heard some people say copying and pasting is bad, and I suppose there's probably, well, right there, instances where it's not that good because you do things you didn't mean to, or you copy and paste incorrectly. But I love copy and pasting, especially with robust variable names, and I do encourage people to put robust variable names. So you're going to see a lot of copying and pasting from me, but if you don't like to, that's not a big deal. So we're good on that. What's my name? Pretty simple. If you don't know your full name, you should do some investigations on that. If you do, you want to write that in here inside of a string and submit your answer. If you feel like this is moving too fast for you, it probably is, and you're going to want to spend some more time kind of going over the material inside of the actual content of the course. But for those of you here for a walkthrough of the actual answers, that's, you're in the right place. So if we go to the quiz for out to dinner, here's the correct answer, and in a moment we're going to go back and write this from scratch. So we'll reset this. The first thing that we need to do is set the bill variable equal to this line of code. It's not code at this point. Now it's code. We're then going to set the tip to be equal to the bill times 0.15 or 1.5. I feel like they probably do the same thing. And then at that point, we're going to make sure that the variable total is equal to bill plus tip. And then they want us to console.log using some string concatenation. The first thing they want us to concatenate is going to be a $sign. So we're going to put the $sign in there. To that, we're going to add total, and we're going to do basically what's said here, where we say total.toFixed, and this is going to allow us to round to 2 decimal places, which will output something kind of resembling money. So if we submit, hopefully we'll get a correct answer. We did. We are joyously celebrating such. Mad Libs is a nice one because I'm not actually going to paste all this out just because it's relatively annoying. But what you want to consider is that a Mad Lib is a way for us to, first start talking about how to inject adjectives into an existing string. So here are our adjectives, and here's our string. And as you can see, the string starts off with the introduction to JavaScript course is, then we have an adjective that we're adding into it, making sure to put a space or no space depending on what the string is supposed to look like as a result. Same thing for adjective 2, and same thing for adjective 3. At which point we can console.log the madlib, do a test run to make sure it looks pretty much like we would want it to. Once we submit the answer, we're going to get confirmation that the answer is correct. We're going to celebrate that in whatever way we feel is appropriate. Then we're going to go to the last quiz on here, which is one awesome message, which is almost an exact copy of what we just did, but you're going to create some variables and make art. This actually was making art, but if we did the test run, I like to making art doesn't really make sense. So you could say I like to create art, or if we're being honest, I like to view but not quite understand most art. So now that we have appropriately and honestly described both our interests and our hobbies, if we submit this question, or submit the answer, I should say, it tells us thank you for completing that. So thank you for following along to the quizzes and the walkthrough of the section 2 or lesson 2 of the Udacity course. This is part of module 1 of Hack Reactor at Galvanize basic prep course. It's available free online. And so I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough and look forward to seeing you during the next section, conditionals.